Hi, Mr. Marais. Would you please explain to us what is the mission? Like, what does it do?
Yeah, sure.
More basically.
So this is a marvel of modern engineering. It's almost like a tank, okay? So it's a mobile piece of equipment that we call a screen. Well, this is a scalper, but it would be called in other applications, it would be called the screens as well. So basically what it does is it separates material into different sizes. So as an example, if you wanted to manufacture a brick, or you want in construction you need to tar a road or build a building, you need different sizes of stone and raw materials that you can mix together so that you can produce the products that you need in order to put that together and build. And effectively what this will do is it'll allow you to, like a sieve almost, you'll be able to separate material into different sizes, discharge it from the machine into different areas so you can separate your materials into the sizes that you need for construction, for infrastructure development, for mining. So another thing that you could do with this, for example, is they work with these scalpers in diamond mines. So the way that diamonds are formed is from one way, at least, is from kimberlite. So kimberlite is is material within the core of the earth, and basically there's diamonds that are created within kimberlite, and effectively they almost come up to the surface within riverbeds where it's really soft material, and it gets flown into the soil, kind of in and around the riverbeds. And what they'll do is they'll use an excavator to pick up the raw materials from the riverbeds. They'll put it into here. They'll separate it into different sizes so that they can process it and look for diamonds.
Wow. So, how did the company, did they invest, or how did you guys come up with the idea of building such a big machine?
Okay, I wish we could take credit for it, but we can't. So this is from very smart engineers in Finland, from the company that we import equipment from and we work very closely with, called Metso. And basically they were kind of the innovators in this. So they started separating materials and assuming that a customer would have come to them and said, hey, it's difficult for me to move my processing equipment around my site. I want to do a little bit here, then I need to move to another spot, then I need to move somewhere else. And somewhere along the line they started to mobilize their equipment. It started off with wheels, and they started moving around on wheels, and eventually they used the principle behind the locomotive, the trains, and eventually now onto tracks, almost like you see a tank on. So because it's so heavy, the equipment's extremely heavy, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So now they've mobilized it on tracks, on a chassis, and you can drive it around and use it as you need to around your site.
Okay. So approximately, could you please estimate for us how much did it cost?
To manufacture, to design it, well, this comes after 100 years of engineering design, tried and testing. It would be hundreds of millions of euros probably to get to this stage today when you have a final finished product.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Marais, for
Thank you.
everything. Thank you.